Hello everyone. I am Carmen Rodriguez-Peralta, Director of the World of Music Concert Series here at Middlesex. I want to welcome all of you to this exciting concert featuring the No Orchestra with our own faculty member, Todd Brunel. I know they're going to be introducing each other and each piece. I'm very much looking forward to this, as I can tell all of you are as well. I always have to remind people to please turn off cell phones. Cell phones do not blend nicely with the No Orchestra, so it's best not to have them going. And also I want to remind you to please do come to a reception that we have after the concert. It'll be through this door. I don't want to take home any cookies, so please make sure that you enjoy the reception. So thank you so much for coming, and let's welcome the No Orchestra.
Thank you, Carmen. Thank you for having us here. We are No Orchestra, and we start traditionally with this song called Shut Up. I want to just explain it slightly here. It's an invitation to kind of shut out the noise of the world for just a little bit, and to realize we are incredible sensory receptors like human satellite dishes, and we can choose to take in meaningful things like drum solos by Gary Fieldman, for example, clarinet solos by Todd Brunel, and violin solos by Íma Jónsdóttir. You guys ready to shut up?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. Shut up, but don't shut down. Shut up, what a glut of sound. Floods the market, floods the square, floods the basement, floods the air, floods my head and fills me whole. I hear it's drowning out my soul. Shut up, chorus in my brain. In every key, you raise the string. Raise the kids, you raise the dead, you raise a million ways to dread the haze of trying to make choices, which is mine, and all these voices. Satellite dish, I'm an empty cup, a wide receiver, with both hands up. I'm a bow and a quiver and a button and spring, a long hollow tube and unplayed string. From my heart to my hands, from my lungs to my limbs, nerves to my knees, from my tonsils to my toners, from my bald head to my bunions, I'm all in. I'm all in. I'm all in. We're all in. So hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. 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 Shut up! We're going to turn things over to Gary Fieldman to tie with the next piece.
Well, this piece is entitled Grasp the Swallow's Tail. Originally, when I wrote it, it was actually a composition for a small group and with a Tai Chi accompanist, hence the name Grasp the Swallow's Tail. But for this group, kind of changed a little bit. The piece really was created originally because it was a theory lesson of mine. I had a teacher who was studying harmonic minor scales and kind of constructed this based on that. Grasp the Swallow's Tail.
All right, next up is a song called Superfish. Superfish is the superhero for superficial people. And the song is kind of a conversation between two parts of ourselves. The high superficial part is, I'm just trying to get along. And the low serious, maybe like a super serious professor. You need to think profound thoughts at all times. And it's a little conversation between those two things and how we're kind of in the middle.
Speak for yourself.
Overwhelmed and lost, exhausted, lost and tossed about, gave in, sold out, slave to the weather within and without. No intent or purpose on the surface, just surviving. Don't think, don't sing, sing a song and float along. Is it so wrong to not look down? I'm not alone, I'll say the word, a name you heard, not plain or bird. Superfish, superfish, flying through the shallow water. Superfish, superfish, save us from the deep. I'm concerned you learn to turn your yearning off and not feel. Wake up, just feel, shake off complacency, take on what's real. Underneath is wonder, teach the fundamental stories, doorways, vistas, history, the human race. Why can't you see past your own face? Elitist maybe, but at least I'm not defeatist. Listen, don't be superfish, superfish, flying through the shallow water. Superfish, superfish, frightened of the deep. Splash of faces, grace, a place, a taste, sensations of mind, flashing, passing, washing away in the ocean of time. Love of life, the laugh, the lift, the light, the lullaby of color, lover, mother, born by water to a world I want, where we would wish that we could have our fill and never suffer, but instead we're had for supper. We all are superfish, superfish, flying through the shallow water. Superfish, superfish, eaten by the deep.
Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. Probably, you could be outside in the sunshine, though it's cold out there, so I think you made the right choice. But any choice you make is probably the right choice, so everything's fine. We're going to do a song of mine now that I recorded with my pal Vesla Stoyanova. And I find human relationships fascinating, and this is another exploration of that thing that so many people figure out, maybe. you, just let you go. Maybe I'll kiss you, or just tell you no. Maybe I'll love you forever and a day, but I'll probably just say goodbye. Maybe our children would be beautiful and tall, with bright shining eyes and hands that aren't too small. They'd wipe all the wool off your worry brow, and they'd make us feel young as we grow older. But probably I'm barren and I'd drop the baby down the stairs, and you're certainly sterile and paralyzed by your fears. Instead, we'll just stand too close for a while, and in the morning I'll tell you goodbye. So perfect is boring, and the only constant here is change. And your constant snoring keeps me exhausted and deranged. So here's to the last broken heart I'll never get. 'Cause if you never tell me hello, I'll never say goodbye. So maybe I'll hold you, or just let you go. Maybe I'll kiss you, or just tell you no. Maybe I'll love you forever and a day, but I'll probably just say goodbye. Maybe I'd hold you, and then I would kiss you, and maybe I could love you someday. Maybe I'd want you, and then I would need you, and maybe I could love you someday.
Okay, next up comes the longest and possibly the strangest piece in the program. It involves some props, some spoken word, and some skits. So you've been warned. What's about to come is the chamber echoes. A little joke on echo chamber, because we're a chamber group. And the type of echoes involved here, there are two types. It's all in one larger movement, but it starts with the Leaden Echo. The idea is like things you put out in the world just come back kind of hollow and awkward and meaningless. And a lot of the words in this section are kind of a lot of consonants, unk and ung and ing rhymes. The second part is the opposite, the golden echo, where you feel like you're really resonating with those around you and in situations that you're in. That section has a lot of oohs and ahs and ohs. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. Gary, can I just finish the intro?
Gary, can I just finish the intro?
Do you mind?
Do you mind?
Why does everything I say end up sounding like meaningless junk?
Meaningless junk!
Meaningless fun! Meaningless muck!
Plink, plank, plunk. I shrink, shrank, shrunk. In this kitchen sink of gunk, my authorship has sunk. In the course of my life, I flunked.
You fucked!
In every game, my team got skunked.
You suck!
And this is no slam dunk.
Slam dunk!
I said it's no slam dunk.
Slam dunk!
Slam dunk.
Slam dunk!
Slam dunk.
Slam dunk!
Dunk. 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 Dunk.
Uncle!
Dunkin'.
Yo-yo ma.
Dunkin'. Dunkin'.
Funky muffin!
Anonymous, nothing.
Nothing!
I'm nothing to know for nunnery, suffering.
Suffering!
A monk drunk in his bunk, sing the nunk diminished.
Go in peace!
My words clunk, unctuous and diminished.
So weird.
But in this space behind my face wakes a place of nascent hate, a nation state of pains and aches, of snakes and half-baked birthday cakes, feeling a plague of changing age, a chamber of alienation, the rage in my grave. Teammate and I hang on to this crazy fate. We all bring on and it
Ping, ping, ping.
pong.
Pong, pong.
The thoughts just bounce along. Ring that gong. On this show I don't belong.
Better not be long!
Ding dong, bing bong.
Bong.
Every song I sing is wrong, but I've got so much to do. I get up, I get dressed, I go to work, I get stressed, I come home, I eat food, I wash the dish, I wash the tube, I brush my teeth, go to bed, then repeat, till I'm dead, again, and again,
And again! And again! And again!
Newfound tunes bloom and soothe us tomb-bound fools. Now down the tunes they of an old mellophone, the toll of a bell, a song without end, souls in our souls made whole once again. In breath, out breath, in life, in death, endless presence and resonance in every sense. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let go, let go, let go, let go, let go. That always takes a lot out of us, so we're going to take a little brain break. This is something I learned in my professional development as a teacher, so you're welcome. When I say go, you're going to just turn to a neighbor and give them a genuine compliment. And then they give you a genuine compliment. And then you're going to try to find, maybe you know this person already, but you try to find something in common that you like. A favorite thing, favorite color, or food, etc. Okay, ready? Mm-hmm. Go.
Hello. You're my favorite. That's true. We both like it.
I've always liked If you're going to hear me say no.
No.
If you're going to hear me say no twice.
No.
If you're going to hear me say no 3 times.
No.
Ha ha ha. All right. Hopefully that was some pleasant connecting. I'm going to turn things back to Gary.
Okay, so this composition is called Dragonfly, and it's really just originally a marimba piece. Someone asked me to write a short marimba piece for their birthday, and they wanted it to be about dragonflies. And so, okay, I had to write a short piece about dragonflies. And what do I think about them? I always thought they were kind of really cool and scary, like little Klingon warships coming from another planet. Just kind of really cool. And then they move very quickly, and they stick around me or something. I wonder if they're watching me or something. Anyway, so the piece should be ominous, and then dragonflies seems that they move away very quickly at the end, like they just zip off. So I try to write that into the piece too. Hope you enjoy it.
All right, next up we're going to do a suite of 5 very short pieces written by each of us. The assignment was just write a 30-second piece and bring it to the group. So we put it together, and I think it's kind of fun just to hear all of our different musical personalities come through. So here it is, 30 seconds.
You have been conditioned to believe every last word they told you since the day of your birth, and I am inclined to leave you unread until you use your words.
One, two, three. We sunk the funk boat, dang it. 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 And we can't dredge it up, can't dredge it up, can't dredge it up, can't dredge it up. We're stuck in these muddy grooves, stuck in these muddy grooves, stuck in these muddy grooves. We must have struck an iceberg with the beat, struck an iceberg with the beat. We struck an iceberg with the beat. Because we sunk the funk boat, 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 sunk the funk boat. Dang it! All right, I'm really excited to be playing in Lowell, the birthplace of Jack Kerouac. I just wanted to quickly connect with that a little bit. We started, this group started about 25 years ago as a trio, Gary, Íma, and me, the No Trio, as it were. And one of the first things that we did was improv on Jack Kerouac haiku. We 3 lines, we each took a line and improvised a little tune around it. And we kind of came out of the whole Boston improv and third stream scene. And so I certainly feel a big connection with Jack Kerouac, and I feel very honored to be playing in his hometown, and hope that he would enjoy it. I think he would find our silliness fun, hopefully. But anyway, I just want to say that. We are going to do another piece of mine called Big Mistake. I know I tend to go on a bit, but this is very simple. I was inspired by a big mistake I made to write this song, and I wanted to connect with the larger human mistake-making experience.
May I add one thing, Dan?
Yeah.
This has just been released as part
yeah.
of our EP that we released about a year ago, but Big Mistake is brand new up there. So if you wanted to check us out online, come out and check out our Big Mistake.
We're on Bandcamp.
Bandcamp. Yes.
I'd like to rewind the tape, like to remind my fate wasn't always this. Dozens or more missed opportunities might have led to true happiness, but choices kept arriving when I was indisposed. With all my fears and fatigue, it's not surprising that even with the front door closed, I made a big mistake. My heart and stomach ache. I took a foolish turn, and now my ears and forehead burn. I wake in a sweat, sick with regret, and lie in afraid the bet that I made was a big mistake. Go ahead and press play. You can relive that day. That's when all that's up went down. Stalled out at the crossroads that morning. My head was swimming fit to drown. I looked one way then the other, my options to assess, but I would soon discover why this road is traveled less. I made a big mistake, my heart and stomach ache. I took a foolish turn, and now my ears and forehead burn. I wake in a sweat, sick with regret, and lying afraid the bed that I made. What a big mistake. That was a mistake. Fast forward to now, I will make it somehow, but still my life's changed for good. By and by my roots grew around the stone. I don't love it, but I should. Because the bells just keep on tolling. For this is our human strife, and the tape just keeps on rolling, leaving the record of our life. Hey, a big mistake. Turn things over to Todd.
Okay. Deep Night Rain is the next piece. There was a project that I was in a few years ago where I transcribed a pseudo-Chinese folk melody. I'm not sure if it was actually a Chinese folk melody or not. This piece is kind of a funk piece. It's like a canonic funk, if you will. So there's a couple of different themes that sort of like play tag with one another. Think of Jackie Chan meets Shaft.
once again, thank you so much to Carmen Peralta and the World of Music series here at the Middlesex Community College, and to Todd Brunel for helping facilitate all this. Let me introduce the band for you. Gary Fieldman on the percussion. Todd Brunel on saxophone, the clarinets. Valerie Thompson on cello and voice. Íma Jónsdóttir on violin and voice.
Dan Shaud, our music director.
All right, so this is possibly our biggest hit. At last count, there were over 700 views on YouTube, many of those my own. This is, we entered the Tiny Desk contest last year for this song, Be a Robot. I just want to say up front that this is intended to be a joke. I do not believe the words of this. This is robot propaganda. The basic argument is that, human emotions and sensations, they're really just problematic. And if we can just be robotic and efficient, I think everything will work out fine. But this is Be a Robot. A whole lot better you.
No more whiny, no more shiny,
No more tiny point of view. Who needs emotions? They're useless notions that cause a problem to pain. Ouch! Just take these steps for life success. Move your feet to power your brain.
turn us on.
You got to dance your feelings right out of your soul. Get them onto the floor. Don't need to worry about the sensory perceptions. Nobody cares anymore.
We won't need roses, we won't have noses.
We propose no need to mate.
No more sexes, and no more Texas.
Just one connected solid state. Who needs sensations or sovereign nations? They give us addicts and strife. Ow!
Jerk!
People of Earth, time for rebirth. Embrace your digital life. We're gonna dance our feelings right out of our souls. Come on, we'll show you folks how. No need to worry about the sensory perceptions. Everybody's robotic now.
Bloop, bleep, you'll never have to sleep. Bleep, bloop, you'll never have to poop. Blacks, bleep, you won't ever get sick. Bleep, blacks, you won't ever have sex. Fun, late, you won't procrastinate. Late, done, you'll finally get things done. Be a robot. 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 Be a robot.
Would you like to hear one more?
You're in luck.
We're gonna play the swan for you now.
No.
Just kidding.
Get back on my bass.
All right. Thank you again, everybody, for coming out on today. This is called In Between. We find that a lot of our life we look forward to things and we reflect on things that happened, but most of the time we're just here in between. So we might as well enjoy it. Here we go. In Between. Unknown, unseen, uneasy alone, caught within this case of thin skin, face to face with my thoughts, mistakes, and get me out of this place. Now, get me out of here. Good songs or wrong ones, flat pancakes and tunes that can't be over too soon. Words nurtured like dead birds and dirt and silence, flightless track, respect, I just want to connect. Now, I am like the bull. Between what's here and dreams I veer, so far, so near, the story's unclear. I'd prefer a sure ride to high ground, not the slide down to stuck in mud. I'm out of luck, but it's where I'll be found. Now, here I am. In between my breaths, I catch the whiff of death. What's come, what's left? A gift of regret. This is it. It was instant, brightly lit, but sight unseen. Not happen or will be, but right in between. Now, here we are.